The 2000s, a new chapter, new players looking to establish greatness, the NBA reaching new heights, higher standards, the opportunities, all the superstars, the debates, everybody desperately trying to find the next Jordan. Only one superstar came close, the late great Kobe Bryant, the Kobe Shaq dynasty being on top for the first 3 years of the new generation, the flair, style, and authenticity, the realness and connection of Allen Iverson, building up an entire culture, the high-flying Vinsanity, the versatile Tracy McGrady, the genius passing of Jason Kidd, bringing New Jersey to relevancy, all-time great superstar Tim Duncan became the greatest power forward the game has seen, from the slow-paced defense, ugly box scores, high school sensation LeBron James, to the incredible shocking rise of two-time MVP Steve Nash, filled with incredible childhood memories. For fans who are in their late 20s and early 30s today, those were some of the things that stood out most about the 2000s decade. But there were also a few forgotten all-stars many people today born after the year 2000 never heard of. Here are 5 super forgotten all-stars from the 2000s decade. Starting with Dale Davis of the Indiana Pacers. No, he was not a replacement. If you were to name 5 centers from the 2000s to make the all-star team, everybody would say Shaq obviously, followed by prime Alonzo Mourning, David Robinson, Dikembe Mutombo. 5th, you probably come up with Derek Coleman or Ben Wallace, but it's the Pacers big. Known for a role player for all his career, his highest points per game season, 94, 11.7. In 2000, Davis averaged just 10 and 10 in 29 minutes as the Pacers starting 4, who got absolutely destroyed, abused, annihilated, and humiliated in record fashion in the finals by Shaquille O'Neal, known as a glue guy. Given the lack of bigs and Patrick Ewing way past his prime, Indy had a great record. After MJ retired, the East got extremely weak. Davis, 30 years of age, joining his teammate Reggie Miller representing Indy. Davis in fact wasn't even the second best player on his team, it was Jalen Rose. After leading the Pacers on the glass for 7 straight seasons, signed a 3-year $19 million extension afterwards, but unhappy about the contract, the franchise made the greatest trade in the 2000 offseason, getting rid of their all-star big for improving young Jermaine O'Neal, who allowed the team to compete for the next 5 seasons. Davis retired after the 07 season. Theo Ratliff, who didn't play in the All-Star game, his only selection in 2001, the 6'10 center on the Sixers alongside Allen Iverson, 50 games, averaged 12.4 points, over 8 rebounds, 3.7 blocks. The 3-time blocks leader in year 6 had an elite block percentage. Philadelphia traded Ratliff after 50 games, despite having the best record in the East, was injured for a more established vet in Mutombo. Philly looking to maximize their season by making a quick move, sensing a potential finals matchup against Shaq. Ratliff, remembered as a journeyman, played on 9 different teams. His name might sound a little bit familiar, arguably the most slept on shot blocker all time, 6 times averaged over 3+ blocks in the season, since averaging over 3.7 rejections during the 01 campaign. There hasn't been another big man since averaging more blocks in the season than Ratliff. Retired with the Lakers in 2011, one of the most forgotten players to suit up in purple and gold. Shareef Abdur-Rahim, the 6'9 power forward, the loaded 96 draft, actually the 3rd pick behind Iverson and Marcus Camby out of Cal Berkeley, 18 point per game career guy, played on an absolutely terrible Vancouver no longer existing franchise Grizzlies. Only Vancouver fans back in the day have fond memories of Abdur-Rahim's high production. Some of the worst teams of any season after 5 seasons, having absolutely atrocious records, 14 and 19 wins, going 8 and 42 and 22 and 60, followed by 23 wins. The definition of a good player putting up empty stats on a terrible team. When traded to the Hawks in the Paul Gasol deal, became an all-star in the East, averaged 21.2 points, 9 rebounds on the 33-win team, the most success he's tasted in the league from that point. Has good range but empty calories, putting high numbers, similar style to Minnesota's Kevin Love, a good face-up game, back to the basket. A good comparison would be a poor man version of prime Chris Bosh. Did not have much longevity, the biggest travesty in his career, only making the playoffs once in 12 seasons. His lone postseason with the 06 Kings, a 6-game series loss to the Spurs, retired in 2008. Jamal Mashburn, the 6'8 small forward from the Bronx, considered one of the best collegiate players that put the Kentucky Wildcat program to new heights. Picked 4th overall, the 93 draft, Monster Mash spent his first 3.5 2.5 seasons with the Mavs. The third best rookie in his class, his first season, behind the anticipated Chris Webber and Penny Hardaway, a jack of all trades offensively, can shoot the three, post up fluidly. In just his 83rd NBA game, dropped 50 on Scottie Pippen's Bulls, put up 24.1 points a game, 6th in the league, limited to just 18 games in year 3 though. Having plenty of injuries, Pat Riley and the Heat didn't have to give up too much for Mashburn in year 4, traded to South Beach. The Mavs franchise looking to start fresh. Mashburn then took less shots in Miami's low-paced, grinded-out system. Viewed as contenders, injuries continued to pile up, averaged between 13 to 18 points a game. All his years with the Heat, traded to the Hornets in the 0-1 season, had the ball in his hands more, one of the biggest what-ifs, only showed glimpses for a short period of time before the injuries keep piling up. For the ones who were truly watching him play, knows exactly how much greater he could have been if it wasn't for all his injuries. Easily could have been a Hall of Famer if healthy for a dozen seasons. Could score from anywhere, has a Carmelo Anthony type scorer mentality, too big and strong for threes, too quick for fours, made his first and only All-Star team in 2003, age 30, averaged 21.6 points, 6 rebounds, 5.5 assists, an underrated passer too. For New Orleans, having Baron Davis, David Wesley, and PJ Brown, Mashburn's greatness short-lived, just appeared in 19 games in 04, still putting up around 21 a game, forced to retire at age 31, never able to recover from his chronic knee problems, announced his retirement in 2006, career averages of 19.1 points. Since retiring from hoops, Mashburn became a successful businessman, owns over 90 businesses including 34 Outback Steakhouse franchises, 37 Papa John's, numerous car dealerships across Kentucky. Jamal Mcclure, a former teammate of Mashburn's, the most random all-star perhaps in the 21st century. Many might remember him as an assistant from the 2019 Raptors team in the finals, the Screaming Cup meme, known as just a role player, having limited offensive game. The 6'11 center averaged 13.6 points, 10.3 rebounds for a 41-41 Hornets team, made the all-star team with teammate Baron Davis, one of just 3 players in the 2000 draft class, named an all-star alongside Michael Redd and Kenyon Martin, each of whom made it the same season. Big Cat earned a spot after stepping up due to Mashburn's injuries. New Orleans, having a 26-19 start, fell to 15-22 afterwards, lost to Miami in 7 round 1. Somewhat of a shocking decision. McLeod made the All-Star game over guys like rookie LeBron, Richard Jefferson, Chauncey Billups, and Rip Hamilton didn't even make the team. His all-star season led to a big contract, but bounced around 6 different teams after playing with New Orleans. Only 3 total seasons, putting up 10 plus points. Shockingly, if the East would have beaten the West in the 04 All-Star game, McLeod would have won All-Star Game MVP with a team-high 19 points. That's how I remember him so well watching the NBA 18 years ago. Honorable mentions includes Brad Miller of the Chicago Bulls and Sacramento Kings, 2-time All-Star Wally Zerviak for the 02 Timberwolves, a very underrated 3-point sniper, Mehmet Okur in 2007 with Utah, one of the original stretch 5s. Those were some of the other names young fans not too familiar with, the Caron Butlers and Josh Howards of the world in 07 as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Which one of these 2000s All-Stars were you most shocked by making the team? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to know more about the NBA, subscribe for more content, more good stuff coming soon. I love all of you. See you next time.